Shimon ben Shattach says, Chave marbe lahakor et edim. You have to be marbe lahakor. You have to be very penetrating in your questions with edim. Be careful with their words. Shema mitochem yilmdu l'shakir. Right. So these are again the two partners. Right. So the first one presents the general question of how to analyze truth. So now he comes and takes it more specifically of how do you deal with witnesses? How do you deal with the arguments? How do you deal with the evidence? He says, ask penetrating questions. The easiest way to lie to yourself is to just brush over stuff. Just let it go. People often see what they want to see. You know, the evidence they accept. You know, as long as things have a nice little Potemkin village look to it, you don't look too deeply. You know, my kids are perfect because they're sweet look. You know, whatever. You just don't see it. You see nothing. He says, if you're looking for truth, then you have to be willing to dig. Right? If a subject is worth knowing, you have to be willing to ask questions. He says, tear it apart till you get to answers. And be careful, right? That you do not want, you know, the problem of the leading question model is that you lead the evidence to where you want it to be. People have a tendency, again, not being loyal to truth. That they want things to work out. I want to justify what I want to do. Right? I can always figure out, you know, I want to steal your money, but I'm a good guy. So I'll create a construct that makes it possible for, you know, I can rationalize taking your money. I can rationalize not paying you back. Or I can rationalize, right? How often do you find, if you've got a position or a bias or a point of view, how often do you find that you're wrong? Or how often do you really, most of us, what we do is we figure out how to guide the argument or the discussion or the evidence to come out the way that we want it to come out. Right? You see your kids doing it all the time. That's how kids work. You know, they're always right, and they'll always be able to justify why they're right. He says, your job when you're these two Mishnayot go together for how to be a truth seeker. Right? We're going to go through all these Mishnayot and digging through what life's about. And whatever you learn, here's how you be a truth seeker. 1, recognize your biases and push them aside by not being a judge. And 2, ask deeply. Don't lie to yourself. Don't guide the decision to the decision that you want by either failing to ask the questions that need to be asked or only asking those questions that bring you to the answer that you want to get. Because it doesn't bring you to truth. It just brings you to whatever you wished you would discover.